Okay. Yes. So we are discussing about the some performance related transaction codes. Some performance transaction codes. So these things performance related transaction codes. So as part of this performance related transaction codes, we have discussed about the ST01 for tracing. So ST01 is for the tracing. So in that ST02 is for the buffers, CPU utilize buffers, swaps, everything. So buffers and swaps, these are the things. Okay, right? So bit ratio, memory areas, everything we can see in ST02. So now ST03 is for the very important workload analysis, very important. So not sure how much very, but it's the most important to troubleshoot the issues. SAP load, why system is slow, what is the user, what programs caused. So all these things we can track in ST03 or ST03n. N is the new. So both are same. ST03 or ST03n is the very important. Okay. So this is the very important transaction code to analyze the load on your system. To analyze the load on your system. So load means, what is the yesterday's load, 10 minutes load, 15 minutes load, what is the current load and history, today's, week, month, all these things we can see here. You can see here, if you go to the total, you can see the day wise, so week wise, so monthly wise, you can see the all the load here. All the load will be displayed. Suppose you want to check yesterday's one. Just if you click on this button, then you will see the yesterday's load. What is the, so here mainly what we have to look is the dialogue response time. So average dialogue response time in milliseconds, right? You can see it is in the milliseconds, average dialogue response time. 112.7 average dialogue response time. So this is the one. So here the average dialogue response time for user. So average how much? Why? Because whenever the users log in, dialogue work process is the main work process which will pick up the user request and process it until user log off, right? So that much of time, how much of time it's taken to process everything. So here we can monitor. So suppose yesterday somewhat we see the system slowness, then you can see here. So what is the response time yesterday? So 112.7 means it is the milliseconds. We convert to the minutes. We convert it to the minutes. So what is the thing? We convert to the minutes or hours. You will get some idea. So normally the recommendation is I think 4 minutes. The dialogue response time more than 3 minutes. I think 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I guess this depends upon your company policy. The dialogue response time more than 4 minutes, then we need to investigate further why it is the user response. If you select this one, then if you go to the time profile, you can see the time profile. So in which time this 112 occurred? In the 0 to 6 means 00 hour to 6 hour interval, we got this much of response time. So if you go to the transactional profile, and also if you go to the what executed in the 00 to 6th minute, this is the one of the report which I scheduled. This will take longer time. And also after that we executed ST22 executed someone. So we can see the all the reports, transactions and everything. So you want to see the person also. If you click on this button, you will get the person also who executed what. If you go to the transaction profile, so particular day transaction profile, you will see the, so what is the report which caused the high response time, high dialogue response time. So if you click this button, then you will see the user, which user. Then you see basis user, he executed this report. Basis user, he executed the report. So, and also next, what is the top contributors? Select this one, just to filter by the descending order. So you will get the, so this is the first one. Next one is the, these all are the jobs, internal jobs. These all are the jobs, internal jobs. So then what next? These all are the jobs only. So here you see the transaction codes as well. Someone, something like SM2031, who executed. If you double click it, you will see the username. So Koteshwar. See here, Koteshwar person executed the, so this SM31, which took longer time, to complete it. This is a Koteshwar, right? Same as like here, same as like, so you can filter it out, what is causing. Suppose if you see the 15th, 20th date also, we can filter it out. So what happened? So it's kind of history. We can only see, we can see the history. So some DB clone 4 job, it's taken the long time in the ECC. So this is the job we executed manually by upgrade job. So they actually, this is the one of the upgrade job. So which taken the longer time actually. So this is the upgrade job. So if you double click it, who executed, what executed, so all the information will be displayed. The DDIC user, the job name is the DD clone form, which took longer time. See here how much time it's taken. So this type of analysis in a day, who are executing what, how much time it is taking, all the information we can make it out. All the information we can take it from the here. All the information we can take it from here in the system. Suppose you can see the SM51, some S-note transaction code, who executed this one. So how much time it's taken. So it's like DDIC basis users. So DDIC fine, basis user took the longer time to implement this notes. So like that, which user is causing the issue? Not only history, okay, we can also see the current iterations, monthly iterations, weekly, so daily, the analysis. You can also take the last minute load also, you can take it in the system. So last minute load. So last minute load means, so we go to the here, so just click on the total, you will see the, you can see the current last 10 minutes, last 15 minutes, that load also you can take it. Last 10 minutes load also we can take it here. Last 10 minutes load also you can take it here. So, and also last 1 hour, last 2 hours, you can change it. It depends upon the your requirement. You can change the date, then you can pull the data. You can change the date. Currently there is no data, so it's not displaying. So like that you can, so you can pull the data from the database, so you can from the system. Basically the use of this transaction code is to check the workload of the system, to analyze the workload, of the system. So to analyze the workload on the system. So this, so we have to so carefully check this one. Why? Because whenever there is a performance issue in the system, we need to check the ST03. So performance issue means yesterday, suppose example, so you will get a request like that. So 3 days back, or suppose you can take like, so if you go to the detailed analysis, or if you go to the this one, so last month, suppose the example last month you have the heavy load on the system. You need to investigate who caused the what. So then you can check what, suppose example, this is the heavy load. So we need to check what caused the issue. If you go to the, so it whatever, maybe time profile, if you take the time profile, so hourly wise, you will get the iteration. Hourly wise, 0 to 6 hours, 7 to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hourly wise, 24 hours, you will get the, in which hour we have the high utilization. So 0 to 6 hour, we have the high utilization. So what exactly causing this 0 to 6 hour? Who are running what? So then if you double click on it, you will get the sub window here. So here you see someone executed the ST06, someone some batch tools, so someone ST03. So you can see the MyGo transaction code which you are practicing, SM36. So these are the PA30 transaction code, DB50. See here how the people are practicing the transaction codes. And so if you filter it out, maybe make it ascending order. And that's also this is the response time. Response time means how much time taken to respond system, how much time taken. So this is fine, bad jobs. This is fine. So we'll see the VL08. VL08 is the next top response time. So here we can check. Here we can check, and also if you want to graph wise, if you want to this graph and this high level maybe graph, just select the graph, you will get the graph as well. So some trending also you will get from the system. So which one caused in the system? So some trending, some type charts wise also you will get the response from the system. You will get the average response time from the system. Who is every chart wise also that is possible. So that is possible in the system. So here this is the time profile, which hour. Suppose take example 0 to 6th hour. Maybe if you go to the standard transaction profile, the transaction profile and the time profile, you will get the more details. Who executed, who executed, what they have executed, and what time frame its system is very high. So all the information we will get from the system. All the information. Suppose example, so these are the system internal, we can ignore it. Next one is the VL08. So who executed this VL08? So this one, who executed this VL08? So this information you will get from the system, right? Basis user executed the VL08. So we know initially, right? So these are the functional transaction codes. It took longer time. It took longer time to finish it. That's why you can see the it's a longer time duration and everything. Okay, so this is the history. And also one more way we can check the current, the live response time, live system response time. Where can we check the live response time currently? What is the transaction code? We know, we already discussed about the transaction code.
SMLG.
Right, exactly, correct. Good man. So in SMLG also we can check. SMLG also we can check the. We go to the list motion. Here you can check the response time. How much time of the application server is respond. So you can see much high today. Today much high is high. So maybe users are practicing, I guess, today. So that's the reason you can see the very high. So what users, what they are doing, that we can see it in the AL08, but today, currently. But we want previously. So we want previously. Previously means we can go to the ST03n. There you can check the workload analysis and monitor statistics. All the information you can see from here, workload analysis. So weekly or monthly or daily or 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or so whichever. So all the information we can find out from here. So this is for the to check the your system load, how the system is behaving in the previous days and today's, how the system is behaving. So this kind of information we can find out from the system. This kind of information we can find out from the system. Okay, so this is the workload monitor, workload analysis of the system. Okay, so yeah, any questions in this transaction code? Normally this will be helpful to investigate the root cause. One person will say like, yesterday the system is response very slow. Can you find out what is causing and who are causing the issue? Then we can find out while checking this transaction code, right? So this is the very important.
Sir, we can do this with any user or any client or specific user also?
No, it's like yeah, specific user. No, all the users who are executing what. So all these things we can monitor from here. We can check the load.
I'm asking, we should go with the standard client and standard user like that, or we can check with any user?
We can check any user, any client, any user, you can use it to check this load. You can use anything here. So you can see yesterday we have seen right buffers. Now buffers I think it's 95 plus. So we are good. Buffers are responding very fast. Why? Because we used it after the restart. We used the system. Using the system we are practicing, right? So it's okay now. So that is the buffers and workload analysis. The next one is for the ST04. We have ST05. We have ST06. We have ST07. Next one DB01. So next two is the DB02, DB12, DB14, and DBA cockpit. DBA cockpit. So if you use all these transaction codes, or so just single transaction code, if you use the DBA cockpit new transaction code, all will be displayed. All will be displayed here. So this is the transaction code. We'll go individually, and also we'll go with the DBA cockpit as well. Okay. So ST04 database related transaction code, DB related. So ST04 DB performance monitor. So here in ST04, how the database, that ST03 is for the SAP performance. Okay, GA time, CPU time, all the times we can see in the ST03. But ST04 is the DB performance. DB performance means, so what is the, actually when we go for the database, we will come to know all these things. What is the database status here? So what is the database file systems? So monitoring, memory, so CPUs, disk, all the information we can see in the database. All the services are running or not. So when was the last restart happened? 21st. So what is the system usage? Production system. So what is the OS version? So what is the hardware man? All the information you can see. So it's kind of database performance, just database performance. This all are now is all are the database related only. Okay, DB performance monitor. Database performance means, so what is the database? Same in SAP level. SAP performance means how the SAP is responding. ST04 means DB, how the DB is responding. Is DB is okay? What is the issue? All these things you can see in the ST04. ST04. Okay. In ST05, ST05 is the trace. That is ST01, ST05 is for the tracing only. Both are tracing. Okay. So ST05 is for the tracing, performance trace. So performance trace, system performance. That is the system trace. This is the performance trace, system performance trace. ST01 is for the just to trace. This is the performance trace. Performance means system is very slow. The time you can use the SQL trace, RFC train, SQL trace. Both are tracing only. Both are tracing functionalities. You can enable the trace. Then you can do some other things you can do in the system. Some other things you can do in the system. So then you can come to the here, display the, deactivate the trace, then display the trace. Then you will see what exactly happened during this fraction of trace on and trace off. What exactly happened in the system? What SQL statements took the longer time? So why system is very slow? Maybe this kind of information we can see here. So how much duration it took? So the first one is that this is the one. This many duration in the microseconds. This many microseconds took for the to get the ST05. What is the SQL statement used for this one? So this SQL statement used for the select where. So in database level, it went. The database level, all the operations will happen in the form of the SQL statements. System will generate the SQL statements. You don't need to execute. So which SQL statement took? What are the tables it is used? Then all the information we can track it in the system. So during the fraction of seconds, how many SQL statements are executed? What are the tables it is executed? So what are the programs it's called in the SAP level? How much time it's taken? How many records it's filled from the database level? All the information will be displayed. So this is kind of the performance trace. Performance trace to find out the where your issue is, either the DB level or SAP level, SAP statement, DB statement, how all the information we can track it. Just enable the Just enable it, like you have enabled. So just we can see it here. Okay, you can see it here. Suppose now activate the trace. Now you activated the trace. Now go to one more transaction code, right? Just you activated the trace. Now whatever you do in the system, that will be tracked. That will be tracked in the system. Whatever you see in the system, that will be tracked. Suppose if you go, suppose I will go my go transaction. Okay, just to see why it will take some time, which statement. See here, it is taking some time. So it is keep on processing. See here, still it is processing. Goods movement, the functional related. So see here, it is processing. Now we got the response, right? Now we need to find out why it's taking time. Is it going to the buffers or what? So just deactivate now trace. Click on the display. Okay, just select it. So now we see the, now we can see the trace actually. What exactly happening with the system. The trace file size is huge. That's why it's taken longer duration. Now see here. Now see here. Now see. So this is the how much duration you can take. See here. So maybe you can filter at what time? Maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes back. You can see the timelines here. Go slow down here. There's a huge log file. So loading slowly. Huge log file. Here, it's a huge log file. So here, see here hand. So in which statement where it got delayed, so that we can find out the information. Okay. So, sir, what we are achieving this by executing this one. So what we can see here by executing this one, we can see, we can tell, so we can inform saying that okay, by checking your trace in one particular time, taking long time, in particular duration, your duration is very high, longer duration, which means, so here we need to check more why it's taking longer time pulling the data from the database level. So are there any indexes are missed in the table level? Why database unable to, it's not responding very fast? So that type of the performance trace we can take it. So maybe maximum in interview point of time, some people they may ask you questions, right? So only one particular person, one particular key code, either sales VL02 or MyGo PA30, these transactions take longer time. Why? They may ask you questions. So maybe each transaction, maybe buffers first will be filled. If no issues with the buffers and swap, then might be issues with the database level table, some performance. It's going to database level, it's pulling the data from the database level. So might be one of the reason can cause the issues, right? Why? Because while pulling the data from the database level, so first it will go to the, so here, and here, this is the database, right? This is the database. First the request to go to the here, the buffers, in the buffers it will check there is no data, then it will go to the database level. Database level we have the lakhs of tables. It will, based upon your request, it will fetch the data results. It will check the data, everything here. So how fast the data is pulling from the database level, how fast data is pulling. So it will check clearly. Then it will check clearly in the database level. It will pull the data. Then it will go back to the system. It will keep into the buffers. Then to give the response to the user. That is what will happen. That is what we discussed, right? So regarding the MyGo transaction code. Suppose if you use again, if you take trace, if you use it, it will be decreased. It will be decreased. Why? Because second time the data will be stored here. See here, immediately we got the purchase order related information. Previously it took some time. Now we got the immediate response. So why means Data is not there, it should go to the database level. Even database level, while going to database level, immediately it will convert to the SQL statements level, DDL, DML statements. Then it will search it. If you need to select the data, then select query. If you need to update the data, update query. If you need to insert the query records, it will use the insert records. If you want to drop, you are deleting something, you need to use the delete the records. So like that, it will form, it will create a one SQL statements in the database level. It will execute it. The table size has more size. Definitely, it will take some time. So definitely, it will take some time. So in that case, what we have to do, the database problem, what we have to do. So when we have the database issues, then maybe we have to go for the partition. We have the one concept in the database. So maybe index creation, maybe there is one concept in this one. So like that, we have the concepts. The concepts will come. So we have to discuss based upon that one. Okay, based on that, we'll discuss all these things in the in the database topic time. But now you understand, right, what is ST05 performance trace. If anyone having user issues, then you can find out here what is causing the issue. Okay, performance trace. ST01, ST05 are the performance related. ST03 is for the workload analysis. 04 is for the database performance monitor. So ST06 OS level, operating system level monitor. If you go to the ST06, here you can see the operating system level monitor. Operating system means what will be there in the operating system. OS, CPU, memory, file systems, network, means LAN, all will be in the operating system. Yes, those things we can see here. How the CPUs are responding, how the memory is. So what are the previous memory? All these things. See here how the CPU is responding. See here user utilization. So overall today at 9:44, today we refreshed the time interval 9:44. The user utilization is the 93%. Systems are very busy. System utilization is 60. So 99. Overall, there is no full system is fully busy here. Because it is most of that we are using the client copy. We are using the client copy. It will take a lot of time. It will take a lot of time. It is going to finish, right? So on other hand, so we are using the other transaction codes we are practicing. Other users are practicing. So that's the reason CPUs are busy here. Number of CPUs are busy here. So here, that's the reason. Memory, how much memory here we have. So all the information, not only memory, not only today, not only now. If you want to previous hours, you can fetch the data from the previous hours as well. What is the LAN? So suppose you want to see the previous hours related data, we can pull the previous related CPU utilization as well. Previous hours means, so 0. Today, what is the hour? Still it's not generated last hour. So what is the system utilization? Previous hours last to today, you can see yesterday night onwards, yesterday 22. Yesterday 10 p.m. onwards, system utilization is very high. See here, it's 90s, very dangerous. But before the 90, 8 o'clock, very slow. User utilization means how much user is using. System utilization means how much system is utilizing. Idle time means how much is free. Free means empty. So here nothing is free. Here a lot of free is there here. So up to yesterday night, fine. But 10 o'clock onwards, it's very busy. We need to check why it is busy, right? What are the top contributors, top CPU? It's kind of task manager. You can see what exactly causing the high CPU utilizations. What CPU? So here update process, dispatcher. So all these are, so some administrator login pad is my login pad also causing some CPU. Then what next? So all the information, which process is causing all the information will be tracked here, right? Then it will go to the previous memory history, all these things. Memory also, you can see the memory history also, you can find out CPU, memory, disk, LAN, file systems, all the information we can track it here. So what is the free memory? What is the previous free memory? What is the configured memory? 19 GB. In that free, how much? 50 MB is free. So what is the physical memory? All the information we can see here, ST06. It's the operating system level related information. Operating system means CPU, memory, disk, file systems. Disk means file systems. So what is the usage of the file systems? So here you can see the per hours disk usage utilizations. How much data transferring, KBs per second. All the information, all the histories, you can see the historical data as well, previous hours, history, all the information you can find out from here. So we have three layers, right? So OS layer, SAP layer, the DB layer. So SAP, ST03, DB, either the DBA cockpit, we can see OS, we can see the ST06. Three layers we can monitor from SAP level. You don't need OS level access as well. If you have the access to operating system level, you can find out everything from the ST06, right? ST06. This is the SAP. SAP level, these are the transaction codes we need to check. Okay, so these are the helpful to investigate the issues and everything, right? So now after some time it will go down. The file system will be very fast. Why? Because now you can see, oh, it's completed. The client copy, local client copy, when it's very completed. Now we can see the system behavior now. We will wait for system behavior, how much speed it is responding now. Why? Because now currently there is no load here in the system, right? So you can just check SMLG. So how much fast is responding. Yeah, so you can see the 3003 point. Okay, so we'll wait for some time to recover the system. So here we can monitor what is causing the issue, why it is very slow here. You can check in the CPU utilization. So instead of task manager, you can go to the CPU utilization, how much time CPUs are responding. So are there any other work is going on? All kind of things we can monitor in ST06 and ST05 for tracing, ST04 DB performance. Okay, so remaining for all these things. Okay, so you can see now it's decreased. Previously it's 19, now it's decreased. So idle time still to recover the system back. So you can see live, all the live utilization we can see in the system, right? This is about the some performance related. If you close everything, so it will become 0. Now it will be reduced. So like that we can perform the analysis of the system analysis, we can perform it. Okay, so you can practice this all 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06 up to 06. So remaining we'll discuss, but keep you understand the what is the concept. So to understand what and all the, when you are practicing you need to check, okay, ST03 means what? OS level. So OS level means OS level, what and all the things will be. OS level CPU, OS level memory, OS level file systems, OS level network. Okay, only these 4 or 5 things we can see. Okay, next task manager, process, CPU, everything. Okay, where can we see here? ST06. All these things we can see in the OS level. Yes, current we can see, previous hours we can see, history we can see. That's it. Your practice is done. Like that you need to practice. Okay, tomorrow anyone ask you how to check the CPU utilization, how to check the memory utilization, how to check the what are the top 50 contributors, top 40 contributors, who is using the most of the memory CPU, these things. SAP level, AL08, SM04, we can check how many users are logged in. That way we have to think. You have to think and you have to practice. Not like the ST01, okay, the screen is came, done, your practice done. Not like that. So you go to the ST01, switch on the trace. Then what things we can see here? Some HTTP trace, RFC trace. Okay, select that one, trace on, perform some other activities, come to the here, then disable the trace, see trace is coming or not. Okay, it's not coming, so there is no issues. ST02 buffers, okay, fine. ST03 workload. Okay, suppose take yesterday's one. Why system is slow? In the last 1 hour, why system is slow? The assignment I'm giving to you, last 1 hour onwards, last 1 hour, last 2 hours onwards, from 7 to or 6 to onwards, system is very slow. I need the resolution why it was. I need the reason, not the resolution as well. I need the reason why system is very slow. from morning 6 to till 10. Maybe you can take it 10. Why system is slow? I want who logged into the during that time, what transactions are executed, which transaction, how much time is causing. That I need from the ST03n. So who want to do first? You can do that one. So but I want the reason why the response time is. What is the CPU utilizations? All these things you need to perform. Okay, that is what the assignment for you. So you can ping me. That will be helpful for us, every remaining people as well. Okay, so please practice it. So then from Monday onwards, we can discuss this remaining and STMS transports and other transaction codes. Okay, so but you please practice. These are the very important transaction codes.